Oh. How's it going, viewers? Mr. Incredi-Brony's back and he's roll the punches, baby. Welcome to a very interesting video that you probably never expected me to do, but I'm doing it. Why? Because I had to talk about it, okay? Now, to those who don't know, who have not followed me for long enough to understand this, why is my name Incredi-Brony? Well, a half of it is, of course, referring to Mr. Incredible from The Incredibles, my all-time favorite movie. I've spoken about this film many times on this channel, made cute references to it, done a few reactions to some YouTube poops and other animations on the film. Not a lot of videos, really, but honestly, that's okay, because I still make time for these kind of videos, and if you see my Pixar ranking videos, you always know The Incredibles is at the top of best the best, alright? I got into Pixar back when I was like 8 years old, like that was 2011, and I didn't understand the film when I was that young, but I enjoyed it for mostly the action, really. But then as an adult, I appreciate it even more for the story it's telling. It's basically it's basically a family drama disguised as a superhero movie, but it works in both categories, and it just gets better and better the more times you watch it. The midlife crisis, the relatable family dynamic, the insanely scary villain of Syndrome. Despite his goofy hairstyle, he's still a really intimidating villain. And just overall, the fact that this film came out in 2004, I was like a year old when this came out. The animation still pops off to this day. It's just the Pixar magic, you know? It's still incredible. But, and of course, we did, get the sequel, Incredibles 2 in 2018, which, come to think about it, 2018 was the year for superhero films, if you think about it. We had Avengers Infinity War, great film. We had Deadpool 2, absolutely amazing. We had Teen Titans Go to the movies, which I actually quite enjoyed. I'm not really a fan of Teen Titans Go personally. I love Teen Titans, the original, but Teen Titans Go is fine, but the movie was actually quite decent, actually. And I just couldn't stop laughing, especially the Lion King joke that they made. You know, heroes, superheroes. Can we agree that was way, way better, like 20% cooler and enjoyable and rewatchable than the entirety of the Lion King remake we got a year later? Can we agree with that? Thank you. Not looking forward to Mufasa. I'm looking forward to Moana 2. I'm looking forward to the Lilo and Stitch remake because it actually looks decent. I'm not really a huge fan of the remakes personally, but I actually think the Lilo and Stitch remake could actually work. I think it could work. However, there was also another announcement that really shocked me. But wait, before I say that, Incredibles 2... I do prefer The Incredibles by a long margin. I give the first one like a 10 out of 10, and I give the sequel overall, it changes the more times I rewatch it, but overall, I'd give it a 5.5 out of 10. I think it's a good film. It's a film that I would watch again, but not as often as the original, okay? I think both films have their strongs, but it's just, if you're gonna choose one, I really do think the first film has overall better character interactions, a better villain without a doubt, and overall cooler action sequences. And whilst this film does have better animation, I do think that's for the background. The character design just don't really work. It's like they took the original design and put like a filter on it to make them look more modern like, and just too real. I think it just works better for the original personally, and I just miss the spectacle of the original being so gloomy, yet it still had that insane feel to it. And the original film has like more than like 100 different locations, whereas the sequel is just city, dev tech, boat, lab. That's it. The first film has like city, house, burning building, island lair, island and water, everything. Like every scene is like a different location. Whereas Incredibles 2, it's like mostly the same area you're in, really. And it is kind of like a retelling of the first film. A parent has to go out to save the world, the other one stays home, and then at the end the kids have to stand up for themselves. I feel like the only reason I actually enjoy the second film is because of Jack Jack. I think he carries the second film because he really is the show stealer. He is the MVP. And I don't know what's going to happen when he gets older, which comes to this next thing I have to talk about. Incredibles 3 is actually real. Yeah, I'm serious, okay? Okay, calm down, viewers. Before you start yelling or getting your pitchforks out, let me say something. It's been confirmed by Pete Docter that we are going to be getting more Pixar sequels, which I am mixed with. I mean, on one hand, there are films that I think do deserve a sequel, but on the other hand, I think sometimes the sequels don't always work. To this day, Toy Story 2 is still my favorite Pixar sequel, and my favorite sequel in the actual world, if I'm being honest with you. And I just think all the others just barely get close. The only other sequel that I actually kind of love is Cars 3, and that's really it. Incredibles 2 is a good movie, but when you compare it to the original, it is a bit of a step down in quite a few aspects. But as for Incredibles 3, I'm I am excited, but I'm also kind of nervous. So I am NERVI-CITED, as Pinkie Pie would say. I know it's not a real word, but come on, it's Pinkie Pie. Whatever she says, it's true. You can't question her. So yeah, I'm NERVI-CITED for this. I think it could work, but I also think it can't work. So I'm going to give you my wish list for what I think The Incredibles 3 should be. And then you can tell me down below if you're excited, not excited, or think Incredibles 2 should not have happened. What do you think? Do you actually think Incredibles 2 is a decent sequel? Do you prefer it to the original? And if so, comment down below. And do you think Incredibles 3 can work? Here's what I think they should do. First of all, Brad Bird is directing the movie. He is directing it, so we are in luck. But then again, he also directed the second film, and it felt like it was a different team. So, okay, here's what I think they should do. I think they should do something a bit similar with the first film, except age up the characters, have Bob and Helen, be in their, early, late 50s or 60s, and they can be getting so old to the point that they just can't do superhero work as often, that they need to honestly, rest their bodies, to the point that they have to rely on Dash and Violet to actually grow up finally and start taking care of crime on their own, which is something I really wish Incredibles 2 was. I wanted to have more of Dash and Violet going on their solo adventures. We barely got that in the first film. It was really in the island where they got to shine on their own, really. But the second film, they had to work together to save Mom and Dad, which it was nice, but it really was Jack that was the true hero, if I'm being honest with y'all. But I think this film can have Dash and Violet finally do things on their own and see how well they can function. Also, do not do the same story with Violet where she has to try and win the heart of Tony Ridinger. She already struggled in the first film with Dash calling him Tony Loaf. We don't need to have another one if she's struggling because his memories got erased. Let's not do that again. That's what hurt me the most about the second film. They basically just went back to square one with my favorite character, Violet. I don't want them to do that again. So please let Violet and Tony be together. Don't ruin the relationship. Please, I want her to be happy. Let my girl be happy. Also, if you're going to age up Dash, you're going to have to bring back Spencer Fox, okay? I honestly prefer Spencer Fox's voice and not the other voice. What was his name? Huck Milner or something? I think they should bring back the Spencer Fox. And he is actually part of a band now, Charlie Bliss, my favorite band. Biased, I know. Check them out. Really good music. Check out Young Enough and Capacity and Blown to Bits. Honestly, great band. They're making a third album this year, which I'm really excited for. Anyway, that's what I think they should do. First of all, age up the characters a bit and have Dash and Violet go on more solo adventures. Focus on them more, because I really think they can focus more on them. And have Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl, have this, moment of, understanding that it's not all about superhero work. Family is more important, so they have to let their kids, spread their wings, grow out of their shells and finally do stuff on their own. Let them be the heroes they were. Because, before Mr. Incredible and Mrs. Incredible became a thing, they were doing their own solo adventures. We don't know how they first met. They were already planned to be married, so I want to know how they first met. And obviously that means they were going to be solo. And they can make a really funny joke. Let's say if they were going to kill off one of the main characters, specifically Mr. Incredible, they could have this funny joke in the first one where Bob and Helen were arguing, and you are missing this. I can't believe you don't want to go to your own son's graduation. It's not a graduation. He's moving from the 4th grade to the 5th grade. It's a ceremony. It's iconic. They can have Dash and Violet argue similarly by I can't believe you don't want to go to your own dad's funeral. It's not a funeral, Vi. He's just going from life to death. I know that sounds like a dark joke, but it could work. I think that could be funny. And also, obviously bring back Frozen and Edna Mode. If you don't bring those two back, I'll be upset. You can't call it a good film without those two, okay? If you don't have them, then... And also, have a good villain. Don't do some stupid twist. Just have an evil villain be evil. No twist, no weird motivation. Just let them be who they are and actually have a good plan. No stupid, confusing plan that doesn't make sense, okay? Let them just be evil because they are evil and have a reason to. Not because... Screenslaver, my mum and I figured out that she was going to be the villain when we watched it back in 2018. So, again, there are so many things that The Incredibles 2 just does wrong, but I still like it as a movie overall, which is why, it's fun to rewatch every now and then. But my favorite movie is officially becoming a trilogy, okay? I'm going to have 3 of these films, which is going to be exciting, So, but do you think that will become my favorite trilogy of all time? Highly doubt it, because the first one's a 10 out of 10, the second film's barely even a 7. So I doubt that's going to happen, and usually a trilogy has to have mostly 10 out of 10s. And so far, I think my favorite trilogy is so far the Cornetto trilogy. That one, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and World's End, because they're amazing all around. But depending on what sort of movie 3 is, that might be my new favorite trilogy. Maybe, just maybe. I know, again, I'm being biased, but still, what do y'all think? are you excited for Incredibles 3? And when it comes out, should I review the movie? I will react to the trailer, obviously, but should I review the movie? I mean, I'm sure you want that, don't you? I'm going to be geeking out, obviously. Like, listen, The Incredibles is my all-time favorite movie, and if you want me to do an entire video explaining that, I'll do that. I mean, this video kind of does that a little bit, but if you want me to go full in depth on why The Incredibles is my favorite film of all time, I'll do that, okay? Just, like, comment down below. And also comment down below why you love this film, and if you like the sequel more or less than the original, and what do you think could work for Incredibles 3? I need to know. Again, I know this was a very short video and probably my least viewed video, but listen, this is something special to me. It's important to me. I'm sure you all would make similar videos. Like, what if your favorite film or video game was getting a sequel? You'd make a video on that because you're excited. You're allowed to geek out, okay? Oh my gosh. So, anyway, Incredibles 3. Yay or nay? What do y'all think? I'm nervous-cited. But viewers, I thank you all so much for the support yesterday. My BFDIA 14 reaction has done so well. And today I'm not doing any more videos. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be back for some more reactions. But if you enjoyed this particular video, leave a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're interested. Follow me on Instagram. And until then, stay positive, keep calm, stay safe, be incredible. And as always, Brony on. Peace.